Right now, you're stepping through a portal in your life and you're feeling a lot of fear and a lot of anxiety. This is an exciting time. You're about to be reborn. And maybe it feels like everything is falling apart. The first significant transformation that you went through as a human being was being born. You went from a warm, cozy environment full of nutrients, comfortable. You were attached to your bestie who was there for you at all times, literally, because like, where's a mom gonna go if she's pregnant? Like, and then at some point, even though things were going well, you were forced out against your will. I was watching a YouTube channel called I Understood. I love her channel. She said anytime you see a baby going from womb to world, or a chick hatching its way out of an egg, or a caterpillar, trying to gnaw its way out of a chrysalis, it's probably terrifying, very, very uncomfortable. There's probably a lot of pain involved. That umbilical cord was what we knew. It was all that we knew in terms of getting what we need. And we were forced to give that up. The cord was literally cut. But if you look at the life cycle of any of those creatures, that period of discomfort is such a small time, but it changes everything. When a baby is born, suddenly you have access to so many more resources. You have access to communication and networks. You have access to support systems. You have the ability to literally become anything. But you have to go through the portal. You have to release everything that you used to know in that old version of yourself. And perhaps it might feel similar in death. Maybe it's similar feelings, fear and anxiety, and doubt and confusion and pain, and it's worth it. And maybe that fear that's lingering there is like a fear of judgment, or a fear of not being able to do it right, or a fear of looking incompetent, or a fear of failure or rejection. All those things, those are all very normal, but that doesn't mean that you can't do it anyway. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is the audacity to lean into those transformative moments, even though you feel the fear. You feel the fear, but you do it anyway. Do you have the audacity to believe in yourself beyond what your fear is telling you, beyond what your anxiety may be urging you to do? Or will you surrender to the self-doubt and crawl back into the womb? That's not an option for babies. And I think that really sets a tone that we need to pay attention to in life. If it were our choice as babies, we would probably be rocking an umbilical cord until it rotted. And sometimes you're treating your relationships like that, not just relationships with people, relationships with old identities that you've carried, relationships with old circumstances, relationships with old ways of thinking. You're trying so hard to make it make sense and stay attached. But it's just time. What you're going through, I know it's scaring you. I know it inspires your anxiety. It stirred up your self-doubt. You feel confused. Everything in your world is shaking up. But I promise you, if you want to, if you're willing, there's a whole new world of connection, of value, of abundance, of network, of support that is waiting for you on the other side. The discomfort is such a small part of what is waiting for you. But if you keep running from the discomfort, you'll be running from it forever. They say in the wild, most animals sense a storm coming and they run in the other direction, but buffalo turn around and they head into the storm. And for that reason, buffalo tend to spend significantly less time in the storm. Think about it. If you're always running from the storm, you're running as long as the storm exists. And in life, there will always be storms. But if you just turn around and face it, when the contractions come, allow yourself to be guided into this new dynamic, into this new era, into your new identity. You deserve more than the limited experience of the womb, that's just the beginning of your blessings. It's just the beginning of what God has in store for you. It's just the beginning of who you can become and what you can do, what impact you can have on the world, baby. I'm not just talking about your local environment. You're a unique expression of consciousness, and the world would be less without you, without your voice, without your gifts and talents. We need you. You think that what you have to say is going to be judged so harshly, but it's just judgment. I promise you, you're strong enough to stand up under it, because guess what? There will always be somebody judging you about something. You might as well be doing what you feel intuitively and divinely called to do. You might as well be walking in your purpose if you're going to be judged anyway. You're stronger than you think, and you're meant for more than you're allowing yourself to receive right now. I would challenge you to just take a step toward that thing. You know what that thing is. It's been in the back of your mind. It lingers in your heart. It's never far from your thoughts. That thing, that book, that song, that poem, that performance, that invention, that relationship, that baby. What is your thing? Leave your comment. What is your thing? Let's encourage each other to become our most evolved selves. Let's encourage each other to not be deterred by judgment, something so benign. Sometimes the people judging you, they don't even live lives that you want to lead. Why are you giving them so much credit? Why does their opinion count so much? Sometimes that's you. Sometimes that's you not releasing an old program, an old thought, an old belief that says you're not capable, you're not enough, you're not talented, you're not the one. You're not as good as them. But it's time to release that. It's time to cut the cord, because you're meant for more. Bars. I know that you can do this. I need you to do this. Step into that new version of yourself. Blossom. Blossom. Because what happens is it's hard at first, and it gets easier and easier. Meaning, if you grow your roots, if you stand in on business, if you really believe in yourself, if you know that this is your path, and then you are insistent on committing to the path and walking it, even if you can only see the step in front of you, just trusting that the path will reveal itself, just trusting the process. If you can root yourself in that and rise up from that, tree systems underneath the ground, they grow networks that share nutrients and share data with each other. Your support system that you have now is going to shift as you shift. It's going to grow as you grow. What you want wants you too. The more you lean into that path toward that thing that you want to be, that you want to achieve, that you want to embody, it will also lean into committing itself to you. You just got to trust. You got this. You're more capable than you even know. You have everything that you need. An entire oak tree lives inside of an acorn. Man, you just got to bury it and trust. I believe in you. I'm excited to see what comes of this. I pray that the person who stops to watch this video be somebody who's on the precipice of a breakthrough. Be somebody who just needed a little encouragement. Be someone who was just looking for a lighthouse, something to point them back to themselves, to remind them that you're brave enough, that you have everything that you need, that you're cut for this, that the path will reveal itself to you, that the process needs only your trust, that you need only the audacity to trust yourself, and everything else falls into place. It truly does. Connect, listen to that inner voice, and move with your intuition. Commit to that, even when it's scary, because you can do this. Not just can you do this, you're made for this. Do you think you were born to tiptoe to a quiet death? Do you know the pain of making it to the end of your life and looking back on a life unlived? It's a very different type of pain that hits for a person who tried something and failed at it versus a person who lives with the pain of never having tried at all. Ooh, that's a pain that nobody can undo. You're giving so much credit to the people who are judging you, but what about those of us who are out here waiting for you to be bold enough to share your message so that we can tap in, so we can lock in? We've been waiting for a voice like yours. We've been waiting for somebody to share an experience like yours. We need you, and we're waiting for you. We love you, and we'll support you if you just step out there on faith. Okay? I love you, coconuts. Be brave.